Good morning, people. Hello and welcome to another vlog episode of the India Darshan travel series. So I'm just outside my hotel out here in Agra, and temperatures have dropped to single digits. They've gone down to 6 or 7 degrees Celsius. But anyway, somehow managed to get ready, and I have all the layers, so I put everything on. Now going to one of the sweet shops nearby to try their famous breakfast, which is Bedmi Puri, or in short also known as Bedai out here. And then we'll start the rest of the day for sightseeing. So let's get started and grab ourselves some special breakfast. That was an epic breakfast. The Bedmi Puri or Bedai was very delicious. So I had that, had badam milk. Also found a variant of Makhan malai out here. Here they are calling it Sholay maze, which is a very interesting name. So now I'm gonna start my ride for the day, and I saw itmad-ud-daulah, which is a baby Taj Mahal along the way, which is just 2 kilometers from here. It's gonna be a 4-minute ride. So I'm gonna go check that out first before trying to figure out places that are further away from the city. This building and the premises does look like Baby Taj. So this looks like the Taj Mahal with the 4 minarets. I am guessing they have the Arabic inscription somewhere. I was gonna walk around and check that out. And they have these kind of entrance gates as well, which I think Taj Mahal also has that on multiple sides. I think on all 4 sides. And on that side is the banks of river Yamuna. So we're gonna go there and check that out. I really like the architecture of this place. So this is the tomb in the middle, has fountains all around, so pathways for water to run, and has gardens around it and lots of birds chirping. So I imagine in like peak season with the fountains running and birds chirping, this would be a very serene place to just stay. Maybe even check out the Yamuna in full flow. Made it to my next stop for the day, which is the massive Agra fort. Was spinning around in circles trying to find the parking. Finally found one here. They have a very big parking. Fortunately, it is right here. We're gonna go inside and try to look for the entrance gate and explore and walk around the fort area, try to get an aerial view of the city. Finally made it inside the fort. Just a word of caution, they have 2 QR codes at the entrance ticket counter. One is for the tax, which is 10 rupees for an Indian citizen, and one is entrance ticket, which is 35 for an Indian citizen. But yeah, this is the fort. As you can see, there is a gate behind me. The other one is there, and they are not collinear. So it reminds me of the streets I saw in Malta. So these are hollow walls that they have an echo. These are rugged floors for the elephants and horses to get a grip. And the guide is explaining that they also have these kind of drains on top. So they throw hot water on one side and oil on one side in case if there is an intruder. So this is pretty epic. I think the upstairs are the places where the women used to come and enjoy whatever event was happening here. Because normally in that era there was a big divide between males and females, and there was a parda system. So as those windows are for the ladies, and then the gents used to be downstairs. Going that way, I see a courtyard over there. So that room that you just saw is in here. It has hollow walls, so people speak from one side and try to listen on the other. And these roofs have a very special design, so they look like they are closed from here, but on the inside it's open with a very slant slope. Let's check this out. So from here it looks like sealed off. And you see from here it's like a very steep slope. It's for the wind to come inside directly. This is their summer palace, so that keeps it cool and well ventilated naturally. That's a crossover bridge over there. I think that's the road we were cruising on. And down there in the grass it says Agra Kila in Hindi, and probably there it says in English as well. That's a pretty nice aerial view of the city. And this place has 16 gardens and 53 fountains. It was built in 1653, so I think that's a significance of 16 and 53. So that's why they force-sell guides quite often, because they say if you do it by yourself, you're going to spend the whole day here. Do it with a guide, do it in 1 hour, we'll tell you everything. But yeah, it's pretty reasonable, just do it yourself, DIY. Found Akbar's vineyard. So this is Anguri Bagh. Angur means a grape. So he used to grow his own wine here because there is no grape wine or plantation processing unit back in the day, and that's why this is called a grape garden. Grew his own grapes, so his helpers used to grow it and then used to make wine. And in that premise next door there is like a fountain, so he used to hang out by the fountain with his glass of wine. He used to love wine, so he built one for himself. One of the guys is explaining that 75% of the fort is now controlled by the Indian Army. So the entire barracks that you see on the top, those are the army barracks, and only 25% belongs to the Archaeological Survey of India, ASI. That's opening this up to public for viewing. Didn't know that. And that looks like the place where Akbar used to host his darbar. Let's go inside and see whether I'm right. There might be a board sign. Yeah, this is Shah Jahan's Diwan-e-Aam. Akbar's Diwan-e-Aam is in Fatehpur Sikri, where I'm going next. And they say this faces west, and the one of Akbar in Fatehpur Sikri faces east. And during the British occupation, this was converted into an armory and then was later restored into the public hall, Diwan-e-Aam, as you see it today. I think he used to sit there with his main ministers, and the common public used to sit here. So this is for the common public, Diwan-e-Aam. Then the indoors is also Diwan-e-Khas. So they say you go down to the tree and turn left and you enter, you check everything out, and then you exit from here. So let's go check out Diwan-e-Khas as well. So I'm now at Diwan-e-Khas. That's Diwan-e-Khas. That's Jahangir's throne, and somewhere over there is the Taj Mahal, but it's barely visible to the naked eye, and it's very, very foggy, so you can't really see anything anyway. But yeah, if you come over here on a clear day, you're gonna see a clear view of the Taj Mahal. That just looks like remnants of the throne. I think during the looting they tried to remove everything. Throne itself is missing, it's just the pedestal, and that too has a massive crack on it. But yeah, we're gonna continue moving around, move towards the exit. I was wondering what this massive park in the middle is of the fort, and there is a white throne over there. So the black one was Jahangir's throne, this one was the Prime Minister's throne, and this is where they used to have the bazaar back in the Mughal times, because the guy was explaining that the people living inside the fort didn't really leave the fort. There were no shopping malls or anything, but they needed their basic supply. So where do they go? They get it from here. And there are some office-like rooms with tiny doors over there. Those used to be the record rooms back in the day. The doors were installed by the Indian government for restoration and maintenance, but in the Mughal time there were no doors, they were like curtains. So these doors are new, but more or less the concept is still preserved. We're just gonna go up and down, and I think this was made constricted also for the enemy. You can see it's very tight. It's 12:30, just got done with the fort, and now there's like crazy amount of people that are coming in. So it's always a good idea to come here early on. And I was just about to leave and I saw there's a Tibetan winter market ongoing here. We're gonna take a quick look out here, and then we're gonna start driving towards Fatehpur Sikri, which is about 40 kilometers from here. So let's not waste too much time, but let's not skip this either. It's a relatively small market, mostly winter clothes. No food. I was hoping to get some Tibetan food. Didn't get anything. Anyways, let's hit the road, move towards Fatehpur Sikri. Finally starting to see the board signs of Fatehpur Sikri. We are about 25 odd kilometers from here, so should get there in about half an hour. There's nothing fancy along the way, it's just a 2-lane road. But the cool thing is you can continue onwards to get to Jaipur. So you see one fort here, and then you get to Rajasthan side, and then you continue your fort hopping tour. Already finished with Rajasthan tour, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, Fatehpur and Sikri used to be separate before, but now they have combined them together. So one place is more like mausoleums and the other place is more like forts, so they clubbed them together, so you can do a bit of sightseeing over there. It's kind of like an abandoned town, there's not a whole lot to do, but still it's an interesting getaway if you're in Agra anyways. 25-30 kilometers from Agra. So we have about 20-25 kilometers to go, so let's see what we find there to check out. Alright, so made it to Fatehpur Sikri, and this board sign says there is a mausoleum up ahead and there is a palatial complex this way. But there is also something here which I don't remember, so there is a guard seated there. Let's go and ask them what this is. And first we're going to do the palace, then we're going to do the mausoleum. I landed up at the Dak Bangla. I think it was the post office of British India during the company rule. They still have the historical architecture, but I don't suppose I can go inside. So let's go down and look for the palace area instead. Finally made it to the Fatehpur Sikri fort. The parking here is a little bit tricky. Out here they are doing some renovations, so there is no parking here. You have to park a little bit further away and then opt for a golf cart. So that parking would be 40 rupees, golf cart would be 30 rupees. So I requested them to let me park here in the staff premises, and whatever is the parking for the staff, I'll just pay directly here. It's more cheap, convenient for me that way. So let's go inside the fort and start exploring the Fatehpur Sikri fort now. So you directly enter into the Diwan area where the emperor used to hold his meetings with the public. So this is the pedestal for the emperor to sit, and the audience used to be here. I don't suppose there were gardens back then, but they are later developed now during restoration. And here also you pay 35 for the entrance, 10 for the toll tax, and then just explore around. So this used to be the seat of the Mughal Empire for a little bit until Akbar abandoned it and went for the mission in Punjab, and then it was completely abandoned afterwards. So it was like this place was the Mughal capital for like 10 odd years, and that's about it. Found a quiet corridor for taking some selfies, but the height is very low. I'm already 6 feet. Probably this is another 1.5 feet above me, but it looks like you're gonna bang your head onto it. So just decided to come here to take a few selfies, and then we'll go into the main premises. There's also the courtyard area over there. It's nice and sunny, so finally enjoying it. Looks like this structure has some sort of waterways all along. There are drain holes, and I'm seeing this on all 4 sides. Might be useful in the summer, but I didn't find a board sign that explains what this is. So the emperor's summer bedroom, including the dressage area. So that's the bed on top. Underneath is to have water for cooling, carpets, sandalwood staircase. There's the dressing area over there. So that's his summer bedroom. And this is the royal kitchen, dedicated exclusively for Jodha Bhai. They have intricate designs on the top, and this is a pure 100% vegetarian kitchen because Jodha Bhai was from the Rajput clan and she was 100% vegetarian. And further down over there was a separate non-veg kitchen for the Mughals. They took care of the dietary restrictions as well. That's pretty neat. Came out of a different exit, but before going back to grab the Fortuner and continue riding, ended up at Buland Darwaza. This is the highest gateway of the world, probably now still the highest in Asia. Akbar created it when he won over Gujarat, so it's like a symbol of victory. So there's also Jama Masjid inside. Not sure if I want to go in or just kind of walk away from here. Anyways, let's take a few pictures with this gate. It's an iconic gate and a symbol of Mughal architecture, as you can see. By the way, this is not part of the fort. This is adjacent to Jodha Bhai's palace. So if you want, you can come by here. It's like a 2-minute walking distance. And the guides are going to force sell their services. Don't opt for them. There's nothing guide worthy inside here. So that's the main masjid. I think this is called the Jama Masjid. That's a dargah, and there's a lot of for selling out here as well to buy something to offer to the dargah, like a sheet of cloth or some flowers and threads and whatnot. Other than that, the premises are pretty big. You just have to be careful with all these people for selling stuff to you. Prices range from 20 rupees to anywhere above 100 rupees. Some people call themselves as like volunteers, but they're still charging. Some call themselves as guide and they're overcharging, so there's a whole lot of stuff around. So just be mindful. I mean, there's nothing worth having a guide out here unless you want to visit everything and learn the history of everything. I'm just going to spend some time, walk around, and then I guess this is pretty much it for Fatehpur Sikri. When I grab my shoes, I'll figure out what else I have missed here. Look, spotted a peacock on the way out, and this road straight away leads to the Agra gate, which faces Agra. So we're gonna end up in Agra, And my next stop is gonna be a Panchi Peta store where hopefully I can get 1 or 2 pieces of peta. I don't feel like buying an entire box, it won't survive with my touring. But let's get out of this fancy gate onwards back towards Agra. So about 15 odd kilometers from Agra, and saw this nice restaurant. They have geese here, they have 2 labs over there, outdoor seating area. So just placed an order for food. Let's see how the food tastes like here. So thought of having late lunch, it's already 4:30, before having some dessert. So let's wait for the food. They have 4 Labradors, 1 black, 3 golden, and I see some tail wagging, but I'm not really sure if they're very friendly. We're gonna let them rest, find ourselves a table. Finally found the Panchi Peta store. This is another big one, and this is on MG Road opposite Imperial Palace Hotel. So let's go inside and see if I could get a piece. Otherwise, if they give box packing, then I probably give up. Let's see what's the system out here. Nope. They have a standard protocol to sell only box packed packages in all their stores. Minimum packaging half a kilo, which is a tad bit too much for me, so not happening. Anyways, in the next stop there is also a special dessert that I can try. Gonna end this vlog here. In the next episode I'll be on the move, so until then, this is the Rustic Wanderer signing off. See you again the next time.